12 months ago at Leopardstown Royal Bahrain Irish Champion Stakes, we've seen this horse Shin Emperor run a superb race to finish third to Economics as a 3-year-old, having been placed in the Japanese Derby, then went on to be superb placing again in the Japan Cup, just beat on that occasion, and he's back here for more again for the 2025 renewal of the Royal Bahrain Irish Champion Stakes, having had a really good start to the season, winning in Saudi Arabia. He wasn't quite as good in Maidan, but he's back here. He looks a stronger horse and he represents Team Japan in the Royal Bahrain Irish Champion Stakes at Leopardstown next Saturday. For Shin Emperor this year, 2025 Irish Champion Stakes, his preparation is a little bit different. He came to Ireland earlier than last time.
アイルランドに慣れさせたいっていう意味で少しアイルランドに早めに来たっていう感じです。
Yeah, so we had a trip day before the Irish Champion Stakes last year, but this year we'd like to try making more used to Irish weather or atmosphere, or that's why we came earlier than last year in Ireland at the colour. Yes.
What was his journey from Japan here to Ireland?
Obviously, like Japan is super hot weather at the moment, so we came. Ireland is quite nice weather for horse, so I think we made the right decision. We came over early time.
And his temperament, the experience of travelling abroad, it's really, you can see here this morning, so relaxed.
まあ慣れてるっていうのもあるし、まあ元々の性格がもともと落ち着いてるかな。
Obviously, his temperament it's kind of quiet and a relaxed horse. So, of course, he also really used to traveling all over the world. But yes, both things make him really relax.
You go from training in Tokyo Rito Racing Centre, Miho Racing Centre, very, very busy. You go to international race meetings, a lot of horses there. You come to the Curragh, 1,000 acres. A lot of space. It's very quiet in comparison to normal training centres.
I'm quite surprised how many sheep around all over the world on the field. Also, how big this 1,000 acres is way too big, wide, fast to me.
And the training centre, the Old Vic Gallop we saw you on this morning, it's one of our best gallops. Is it okay for you?
販路だと思います。もし導入できるんだったらね、日本にも導入してほしいなと思った。
Obviously, it's quite very impressed how it's the ground condition and how undulation like a shape. So, if JRA will bring this system to in Japan, I'll be quite happy to see this track in Japan.
Augusta Rodin, and then Los Angeles, and finally Hans Andersen as they tighten up on the home turn. 2.5 furlongs to go in the Royal Bahrain Irish Champion Stakes, and it's Luxembourg first into the straight and now been asked for more. Economics on the outside of Ghost Rider, followed then by Royal Rhyme. Augusta Rodin is trying to pick up in the middle of the track, and then Shin Emperor, Los Angeles, and Hans Andersen. Still in front is Luxembourg, but here on the outside is stable companion Augusta Rodin. Economics in between horses. These fight out the finish. Running on is Los Angeles. Economics and Augusta Rodin. Economics from Augusta Rodin. Shin Emperor, big run by the Japanese coach.
Shin Emperor looks a stronger horse this year, given that he is, of course, a full brother to Sotsas, previous winner of the Arca horse that was placed in the Irish Champion Stakes. He is bred to get better with age, and he definitely looks in a stronger individual this year. There's a lot more depth to him, a lot more length, and he should be at his physical peak as a 4-year-old. I think it was a big learning curve for his jockey Raisu Sake, who will be back on board in this season's renewal of the Royal Bahrain Irish Champion Stakes. Leopardstown is quite a tricky track. It takes a bit of knowing, and on the day things didn't quite pan out as smoothly as you'd like for Shin Emperor. With that experience for both horse and jockey, tactically they should be a lot more aware and a lot more adept at handling the demands of Leopardstown this year. Depending on the pace that Aidan O'Brien is going to set for Delacroix, of course, no ombudsman to take on. Shin Emperor is tactically versatile. He made the running to win in Saudi Arabia. I think, though, with a high pace, he's best closing off from behind the leaders. And one would imagine Sake will try and sit up just third or fourth behind the pace. Based on his efforts last year, Shin Emperor has to be a big player, a cracking effort on that occasion as a 3-year-old. Not everything went to plan at Leopardstown on that occasion, but he's since proven with a huge run as a 3-year-old in the Japan Cup, a win in Saudi Arabia. He's back here as a fresh horse at Leopardstown, trained by Master. I think he's a huge contender, and he can put up the home contingent, which includes Delacroix.
These are like one of the best top of top horses. So obviously we are very honored to against with these world top horse on the same field. You know, Japan racing has a quite high, strong pace. So Shin Emperor obviously used to these kind of strong pace. So we prefer has a strong pace than compared to slow pace.
In Ireland last year, he was in mid division. In Saudi Arabia, he was able to make the running, and then tactically, what do you expect from Leopardstown this time? He looks very versatile.
調教師とジョッキーが来てからの話だと思います。
You know, he's a very flexible horse, but this is depends on the field first, and also we have to wait trainer and jockey come down here, and probably they will talk about tactic things. So I couldn't say anything at the moment.
And the race, it's got a great history of making stallions, having some tough finishes. It's a world-class race.
Of course, first of all, stallion value for his future. Irish Champion Stakes, you know, produce so many great top of top stallions in the history. Also, this is good race, racing gap between the Irish Champion to Arc de Triomphe. So that's why we select this race.
And you feel you can win?
勝てると思いますかって。
勝てます。
Yes. We'd like to beat them.
Last question.
最後の質問ですね。
Any Guinness?
ギネスは飲みますか？
飲めません。
I cannot drink any alcohol.
Maybe after the race.
じゃあ競馬の後飲んだらどうですか？
それはもうぜひ飲みます。
Yeah, after the race, of course, if we'll have a celebration party, yes, I would challenge to drink Guinness. Yes.
Look forward to that.